Oh, who's the new designer?
Hi, I'm Selena.
Selena, yeah, I think they mentioned about somebody joining the company today. I'm Michael Milewski, senior developer here at Aviator.
Whoa, I'm excited to meet you. I'm excited to get started. Can you fill me in on how things work around here?
Yeah, not sure about you designers, but us developers, important stand-up to go to. Catch ya!
He thinks I'm a designer. He's a bit up himself too. Michael Mansplainsky over there.
So my task, to-do list, delete item with Selena? Hang on, is this a joke? Are you a dev?
Wow, I'm not here to fornicate with arachnids.
Hey,
You want to fill me in on how things... give me a bit of background on that story?
Yeah, look, this is not going to be just some CSS, honey. Yeah, great point.
I didn't say anything.
Precisely, let's keep it that way. As I was saying, to delete this item, I think I may even need to look at Stack Overflow to sort this one out.
Really? You guys use React, right? It sounds like you're just going to need a pretty simple callback function to respond to the delete action. But maybe we could start with a kickoff, get a bit of background?
You know, when Sam started, he wanted to make us a little bit more agile, bring in story points, that kind of thing, but I suppose someone like you would need a kickoff. So, basically, we have a to-do list, and we need to delete items.
Why? Why do we need to delete items?
To get rid of them. Kickoff done, right? Let's get coding.
Well, no, but hold on. Why do we need to delete items? Like, who's the user? What's even the purpose?
Well, going a bit above your pay grade there. All you need to know is this is a React app, and we're going to have an app that renders a list of items, and those items need to communicate back up to the app. I think we're going to probably write a callback function to sort that out. In the old days, I used to call them call after functions.
Don't you guys just love a good splain?
I think we're ready to go, yeah? Come and join me at my machine. This is where all the magic happens. All right, yeah. So we've got the code here, and we've got the test running there, and that's the item. You got that, right? And then we've got this, and let me just double check. Right. If we look at the tests, got one failing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's jump into your editor.
Yeah, jump into the editor. You want to open app test.jsx? Yeah, take it on to line 41, I think.
Oh, what's this all about?
Yeah, just line 41. I think you want to put a debugger statement in there. DEB. Do you want to start typing?
Oh, okay. Put a debugger. What are we trying to do?
Hey, got it. Right. Why would you put a debugger? It's not going to run in the browser. Look, I think what we need up here, we've got this set up wrong, right? So you need to get your 1, 2, 3s before your ABCs. You do know your ABCs, yeah? Let's come back to the test. Boom! You followed that, right? That was some good pairing. Hey, let's go get a coffee.
What the hell?
So, how do you have your coffee?
0 sugar, please. Actually, I'll take 0 caffeine as well. That's how they do it in Sydney, right?
Yeah, 0 sugar, 0 caffeine.
Right.
There you go.
Win yourselves a keep cup. Go talk to the Zero chick. So, how long have you been here at Aviator?
Oh, I was one of the first developers here.
Oh, so you're really across the whole code base?
Absolutely. Oh, apart from John, who hired you. I mean, he's the CTO.
Right, John, and he's really he's known for a really strong TDD, right?
Yeah.
So why was it that we just started on this card with a broken test?
Whoa, maybe we should get you on the keys when we get back to the keyboard, hey?
All right, yeah, let's give it a go. Didn't I try that already? Huh?
Hey, Jane's phone, left unlocked. Beauty. Right, so let's just unlock that, and we'll bring it back to there. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so you want to go down to line 39?
Yes, this is the one we've just...
Yeah, in there. Go on.
I think what we're going to want to do in here, we're going to add in a new assertion. So we kind of need a new test, right?
No, don't do that.
Oh, okay, I won't do that. Well, if we look up here, we have this describe block where there's 2 items already. So what we could maybe try do is down here...
No. Wouldn't want to do that.
Oh. Okay. Well, do you know what? I think what we're going to write is going to be really, really similar to this assertion. So I'm going to just start off by
No.
giving...
Don't cut and paste.
Look, can I just get my thought out?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah? So I think it's going to be a really similar to this, except it's going to have probably a slightly different expectation. Cut that out of there. And what we're going to do, instead of marking the item as complete, it is going to... it deletes the item when remove item is called.
Look,
right?
Good shot, but let's just step back a bit here, right? I think what you want to do, you want to start a new it statement, and in there it deletes the item when remove item.
Isn't that what I was already trying to do?
Oh, is that distracting you? Look, let's just comment that out. Remove item is called, and then we're going to call a arrow function. Are you across those? This is ES6, right? You're all over that, right? Is that still annoying you up there? Look, how about we just get rid of that, right? So that's what you want to do, right? It deletes the item. The remove item is called. Okay.
Right. So you're going to call toggle complete?
No, I'm going to call remove item.
Right. And remove item's a function, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So how does that work? What does that do?
Comes through props. You can see it right there. That's remove item.
Yeah, but what does it do?
It removes the item. I mean, it's clear. You can see it there. Remove item. It gets called, right? You've got the brackets that calls it. Remove item. You get it, right? I mean, you get it. You get it, right?
Michael, I'm not getting it, but maybe if we move on, it'll become a little bit more clear. It might be easier to see in a different font.
You know, I still work with this guy, Brad. Different font every day of the week. Look, let's have a look what we got in here. Gee, wow. So why would they
Oh my God,
put
don't save that. Be careful.
Into an editor for developers? This is insane. Which one was it? This one, right? Let's go back to a classic, Helvetica. Doesn't that sound great? Helvetica.
Guess I asked for that. Do you think we could just run the test now?
Yeah, what was that other one? Monaco. I think that was big in... Monaco was big in 2000.
Do you think we could just run the test though? Michael, I think I think that's good enough.
Yeah, you're good? All right. Yeah. And boom. It's failing.
Okay, cool. I'll jump in. So rapid.find.prop is not a function. So remove item.
Check out that photo.
Oh, who's that?
I don't know. Is that Bali? Have you ever been in Bali?
No, I haven't been.
Yeah. Whoa, camera's open. Hey, let's do a selfie.
Michael, that is distracting.
Whoa, Jane's not going to be very happy.
What?
Well, that was her phone. This is my phone. And hey, actually, it's about lunchtime. You know what? I'm going to go for a quick run. Meet you back here. Catch you after the run, all right? See ya.
Oh my God, I can't believe I just lost my shit. Geez, something is not right here, man. I took this job because this company was known to have a strong pairing culture. But, we just can't seem to gel. It's like he doesn't even know how to pair. He doesn't have any manners. Slurping tea in my ear like that. Oh, and how easily was he distracted by all those fonts? I thought pairing was meant to be about collaboration. But he won't let me see the screen, and he's jumping through the code at lightning speed. Like, I have no idea what's going on. I don't think he even really knows. But, Then he tries to take a selfie with me on someone else's phone. How inappropriate is that? I don't know how this guy gets anything done. Speaking of getting things done, where is he? This is turning out to be a bloody long lunch. Hey.
Oh, yeah. That was a good run. Woo.
What do you listen to when you go running?
Oh, not like some of those people of any kind of music. I listen to podcasts. That was about functional, React, Angular, Vue.js. It's the only way you can become a top star developer.
Oh, all right.
Let's unlock and continue with the magic, hey?
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to run a test?
Yeah.
Over here, right?
Oh.
And then maybe you type, yeah?
Hey, why don't we take a longer lunch break?
No. We're good to go. I think we're right in the zone right now. This is really good pairing.
No, I really think a break would be good. Like, you take, go get cleaned up, finish your lunch,
Can't you
meet back
see
here 15.
Everyone in the office is looking like, we better get coding. Come on, let's go. Let's do it.
Look, to be honest, you eating is very distracting. I can smell that ham from here. And you are dripping sweat all over me.
Really? Oh, yeah, look, you're right. I may just have a quick shower.
Hey, Judy! Oh, yeah, first day. Oh, it's not too bad. Well, I mean, actually, you wouldn't believe the guy that I have to work with today. Like, he must be the world's biggest keyboard hog. And honestly, you should hear this guy explaining callback functions to me. Like I have no idea what's going on. Eh? Yeah. No. No, he's not my type. Look, no, like he came back from his run and he's dripping sweat all over me. And do you know what? Perfect timing, because I think Mr. Know-it-all is on his way back now to tell me how to hang up the phone next. Hey, I better go, but could you just check to see if my old job's still open? Just in case. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thanks so much. Okay, chat to you later. Bye.
Hey, I had a bit of a think about it, and me coming back from my run, dripping in sweat and burger all through my beard, must have made you feel uncomfortable. Sorry about that.
Wow. Thanks for acknowledging that. Should we try and run that test now?
Yeah, let me just unlock. Yeah, I think we're good to go now. Yeah.
Okay. So if we just go back to the test suite.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And in the code.
Yeah, come on, keep going.
Are you going to cut your toenails next?
Oh, no, that's going over. It's crossing a line. No.
Wow. Okay, so this test here, we haven't quite finished writing it yet.
Hey, cake time. Did you see the notification on Slack? Let's go. Let's go with the cake.
Oh my God, this guy is so hard to work with. Oh, there's a new distraction every 2 minutes, and he is disgusting. Like, what kind of person cuts their nails at the pairing desk? I suppose he did apologise for sweating on me, though. That was good of him. But still, he clearly has very little consideration for anyone else. I bet he's one of those guys who lives in his mother's basement playing computer games all night and then out watching girls fight on the weekends.
New girl got lucky, paired up with me today. I know more than anyone in the code base how everything runs. But, gee, why am I having this pissing contest with her? I mean, after all, John did hire her to 10x the team, and she seems to have a good understanding of the core concepts. Maybe, I've got so much experience, maybe if I step back a little bit, I might even learn something from her. Hey, here, have some cake.
Oh, thank you.
This cake reminds me of the cake I had on Saturday when I picked up my son from one of his friend's birthday parties.
Oh, you have a son? How old is he?
Yeah, I got 4 kids, actually.
4 kids. You've been a busy man in your life. I guess you don't have much time for coding outside of work then?
Look, pretty busy, but I get to play with an odd side project here and there.
Oh, really? You working on anything interesting at the moment?
Yeah, I'm doing some work with ABA.
ABA? Is that a framework?
Framework? No, ABA. It's the Australian Breastfeeding Association. Doing some volunteer work with their website. It's really rewarding work.
Oh, wow. Sounds amazing. I didn't expect that of you.
Yeah, well, you must be having a pretty cruisy first day.
Yeah, it's been a little bit harder to get started than I thought it would be.
Yeah, the architecture on this project's pretty evolved.
Nah, it's not that. It's just, even at a high level, no one seems to be able to explain to me the purpose of what we're trying to do here.
Right, maybe hasn't been as clear as I thought. Maybe if we go back and whiteboard some of this out, then we can give you a better run through on everything.
Okay, well, let's get back into the code.
Yeah, let's do it.
What? Girl fights on his computer.
Well,
I knew it.
It's not what you think. Look, a really good friend of mine, she's a professional athlete, she's a kickboxer, and I watched her fight the other week and just putting a video together, a promo video for her. She's pretty badass.
Yeah, she looks hardcore. Did she win?
We might talk about that later. Look, let's step back and actually understand what we're doing here. So we have an app at the highest level, and the app, we probably should have done this right from the beginning. It renders a new item form, and within that we render an items list, and once things go through the item form, they become list items.
All right, and we want to be able to delete one of those items, so there's probably going to be a button on it.
Yeah, correct. But it's the app component whose responsibility it is to tell the items list which items are to be rendered and which ones have been deleted.
Oh, so we need to add a function to the item component whose responsibility it is to tell the items list which items to render.
Precisely.
And in order to call it, we're going to have to pass a reference to the function down to that item component.
I think we're both on the same page now. Do you want to have a crack at implementing it? Maybe we should do some ping pong.
Ping pong. I think we've had enough distractions for one day.
No, ping pong pairing. It's where one person writes a test and the other one does the implementation, and we flip like ping pong.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds like a pretty good way to stay focused. Let's give it a go.
Cool. All right. So we've got this failing. Hang on a sec. You can't even see the screen. I think we should get some basic ergonomics sorted. Look, actually, I've got this extra keyboard. We can connect that. And maybe if we put the screen in front of us, then both of us can see what's going on and both of us can contribute to writing better code.
Yeah, well, that's much better. Can you, just in the editor there, do you want to ump the font a little bit as well?
Yeah. Would you like me to switch the fonts as well? No, good call.
I think we're good.
Okay. So I think we're good here. We've got this. We just need an expectation on this test. So
It's going to be quite similar to line 41, right?
Oh, yeah, good call. Thanks for picking that up. That's going to save me a bit of typing. Right, so you're right. The expectation is that we're going to have a list of items, but given we've called remove item on 1, 2, 3, that one's going to be missing. So I'll delete that, and then jumping into the tests, we should see a failing test, and we have. So now, ping pong, I let you implement it.
Right, so wrapper.findUpProp is not a function, so we can't actually find remove item. So back in the code here, if I jump into app.jsx, we have this function that's, remove item. It's already defined. That's what it does.
Oh, you wanted to see the implementation. Oh, gotcha.
Now I see how it works.
Yeah, maybe I should have let you drive.
So if we pass a reference to that function down to the list component, your nail is still on the keyboard. Then we jump into the test. Cool.
Boom, green test. I think we can commit now, yeah?
Oh, well, hold on. Let's maybe jump into the browser, do an acceptance test to see if what we're trying to implement actually works.
That's a good idea.
So if we go over to the browser now, we have our to-do pairing list. If we add in a couple of, items here, item 1, item 2, and we actually refresh the page because something went wrong with the compile error there before. So this is actually the code now. And we go item 2, there is no way to delete either of those items.
Right, because you haven't written the test to render the button yet. Gotcha.
Correct. So we've only implemented the function.
Commit.
That's right. So if I go back to the editor now, I can write a test on the item component, and it is going to call. It's going to be quite similar to this, right?
It is. Yeah, you could do that trick you showed me just before. That's cool. So many learnings.
So if I slightly change this, it's going to actually call remove item, and it's not going to be when the checkbox is checked.
I think it's a button that we
right,
want.
when the button is clicked. And in here, we're going to look for a button on the component, and we're going to call mock. There we go, remove item.
That looks pretty good.
Back into the terminal, we should see a failing test. There you go. Simulate is meant to be run on one node, found 0 instead. We couldn't actually find the button.
No, we couldn't find the button. My turn? Cool.
That's right.
Thanks. So you're right. I think over here in the item, we have the item, and we've got a bit of time, so I'm just going to take the first step, which is having that button, and then running that. It should not fail in the same place, but it's still failing. So we can see that the @0 simulate click, it found the button and clicked it. But on the next line, it said, hey, I need to remove an item to have been called with the ID. It didn't do that. So as part of the implementation, I can jump back here and on.
Oh, I think there's going to be an on-click.
Oh, yeah, thanks for picking that up. Gee, some of these things just waste a lot of my time. And then we're going to throw a function in there, remove item, and then I think we pass the ID.
Yes.
So now, boom, Now we're good to commit, right?
Well, hold on, let's not get too excited. Maybe just jump into the browser, double check again. It does what we think it does.
Right. That's good. That way I don't push broken commits and have broken tests at the beginning.
That's right.
Item, lunch, soon. And now we're looking for, we've got this button. And it deletes.
How exciting is
that?
that?
I can't drag and drop
Oh,
these.
no. I think that's the next test, right?
That's the next test.
Unfortunately, there's not enough time.
Talking of which...
That's great.
I think that's really good. Talking of which, I think, it's end of the day. Maybe have a quick retro and see what went well today. What did you think went well?
Well, I think that last piece of ping pong pairing was a huge success. We managed to smash out that feature in no time.
Yeah. I agree. And stepping back to draw it up on the whiteboard kind of got us both on the same page. It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. There were a few things that didn't go so well, though.
One or two distractions.
One or two. I can recall a lot more than one or two distractions. You clipping your nails at the desk, jumping through fonts, switching up the fonts, playing on your phone, taking selfies with me.
Well, look, maybe I should have left the nails for home, but in the end it did work out, although you were a little bit distracted when I came back from the run as well.
Maybe because you were dripping sweat all over me.
Yeah.
Burger on the keyboard,
All right. Well, it did work out for us in the end, but maybe next time we pair, if we had some sort of guideline to help us get started, we could be more effective sooner.
Right, and the first thing's probably going to be ergonomics, because once we both had equal access to the screen, we could both contribute much easier.
Yeah, and another one would be to just eliminate all distractions from the beginning.
Yeah, and if we take regular breaks, well, there's still plenty of time for things like, social media, cake, tea, coffee, personal hygiene, outside of core pairing time.
Yeah, and regardless of how small or simple the work is, especially when you're pairing with somebody, it's really worthwhile to come up with a plan, and just to get both of you focused and on the same page before you actually do the work.
Right, and most importantly, we both have an opportunity to contribute our ideas, come up with an approved design, and 10x our pairing.
Yeah, you don't need much to get started, just a few simple guidelines and an open mind. We hope you've enjoyed our presentation today. We've been Selena Small and Michael Milewski. Thank you very much.